Hello Reformers and welcome back to Warband Native. And, well, when we left off, we were laying siege to Atrasic Castle. We were basically striking almost within the heart of Rodok territory. And so, let us continue onward and do the next stage of this siege. Now, there have been a couple of developments while I was waiting here, because I was literally just waiting, rejuvenating our forces, making sure that our forces were ready for the next episode, which is, of course, this is what it is. Anyway, the point is, many things have happened, and, well, among them, quite a few castles have been taken, and quite a few castles have been taken back. Harangoth Castle is having a constant war over it, and Calradia Castle was taken back by us, by the Kingdom of Reformia, of course. And then, of course, we do have, I think, Sungetcha Castle? Sungetcha Castle. I had to actually look for it, because it's one of those castles that's off to the very side, on the border between Kurjit territory and Vajir territory, actually. Yes, and that has been taken as well. Now, it was taken by us. I don't know who by, I didn't really take note of that, but it got taken by us, and then it was taken back very quickly after that, because apparently whoever took it basically just decided to leave, and didn't do anything to actually defend it. And then, just now, a couple of minutes ago, someone decided to besiege it again. So it seems like we are having a pretty hilarious time of things. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but, well, I guess we're gonna find out sooner rather than later, but it just seems like everything seems to be moving. There just seems to be a huge amount of vassals doing exactly the kind of thing that you want them to do, and that is, of course, to be independent, to be autonomous, and obviously to hopefully assist in the acquisition of many territories going forward. But obviously we've not seen a lot of that happen, because usually the AI is a bit dumb when it comes to actually attacking by themselves. But thankfully it seems like things are going a little bit better now. Not entirely sure why, but yes, I guess they're sensing weakness. I think Sungetcha Castle also, by the way, was a Rodok fief. Very weird to see a Rodok fief all the way over there. It's basically on the opposite side of the map. So having the Rodoks literally send someone over there, a marauder, a crusader over there to try and take it from us, is kind of ridiculous, I feel. I feel that it's just insane. Why would they do that? But I guess who am I to question the almighty Warband AI? Because, well, let's face it, it is not exactly the best, but it's not exactly the worst either. And so, it doing that is kind of weird, because you'd think it would have some common sense for the most part. Anyway, I'm going to try and get up here and do a little bit of damage to these crossbowmen. And now that I have... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I was about to say, yes, now that I've gotten behind enemy lines, it might be a nice idea for me to shoot some of the sergeants and try and eliminate them. But unfortunately, it seems like I'm going to have to deal with one of these sharpshooters. I'm actually going to take out a couple of these guys. I'm going to try and eliminate them myself. Now, I don't really mind about our forces being eliminated at the front at the moment, because basically what I'm going to try and do is I'm literally just going to try and solo these sharpshooters as much as I can. And if I can eliminate these sharpshooters, then our archers will go unopposed in every subsequent siege that we do here. And obviously that's going to give them a great advantage, because then they don't have to worry about getting killed, That's obviously going to make a big difference. But obviously if they actually realize they were in danger, then I suppose that would, make more sense. But they don't really, they're just doing their jobs, and, well, the AI obviously doesn't realize it's in peril or anything like that. I mean, obviously in a battle, it's probably going to be like, oh, I have to shoot at things, that sort of stuff. But yeah, otherwise I don't think they really worry about getting shot in the face, but I do. I worry about them getting shot in the face, so hopefully I'm going to prevent that from happening. Oh, my shield has been destroyed. This is not good. Yep, I shot him in the shoulder, and in the shoulder once again, and maybe another hit. Yeah, there we go. Nice. We took him down. Alright, so I literally don't have any... Ooh. Oh, no, they're not crossbowmen. Okay, that's fantastic. Anyway, it seems like we've killed all the crossbowmen. it seems like we may have already killed all the crossbowmen. That's fantastic. So that basically means that the opponent only has infantry remaining. And that is an absolutely fantastic benefit to us. And I knew I was going to die there. I was literally just going to say, I think I'm going to die here. But no, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. Because again, I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I'm actually really surprised that none of us were eliminated by deathly means, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, there's 14 sharpshooters eliminated. Now let's just take a look at what's going on here. Yep, only 37 Rodok sergeants remain, and there's a huge amount of prisoners they have in here as well. So obviously that is going to make a huge difference to us in the long run, because we'll be able to restore all of our troops, even though we actually have pretty decent amounts of units, because I actually did go away to one of my friendly garrisons and just picked up a couple of units. Because I thought, well, if we're going to be here for a while, you know, if we're potentially going to come across King Graveth himself, which he might decide, hey, you know what, it's probably a good idea that I turn up here and actually do something. But yeah, it seems like he hasn't so far, which is good for us, of course, because I'm pretty sure he has a very large army, and that might be the reason why he's not over here, because being a large army is going to move very, very slowly. So let's hope that he's just busy and, you know, he's not going to bother us. But again, this is probably one of the more difficult things to dislodge. Literally just a band of Rodok sergeants, because Rodok sergeants in general are actually... they're pretty good, you know, they have decent shields, they have decent armor, actually pretty good armor and pretty good shields. I think I'm underselling them a little bit, to be honest. I think the Rodok sergeants in general are actually very good units, defensively. I don't think they're very good at dealing damage so much, but do they really need to? That's the point. They don't really need to deal damage if they have crossbowmen with them, but now, considering they have no ranged capability whatsoever, they're probably in a bit of a sitting duck situation, and I think it's going to be one of those times when we can pretty easily just go in here, maybe bait a couple of these guys out. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do here. Hopefully they're going to get killed. Could you actually do something? Seems like our master archers are really not able to deal that much damage to these guys, and that just speaks volumes about how good the Rodok sergeants actually are, because, I mean, I'm dealing 33 damage to them. I've got a pretty decent amount of power strike, you know, it's not that bad, and they're still not dying very easily. It's it's not very good. Not very good at all. Anyway, considering we've rested for quite some time, it might be an idea just to send our infantry in here, and maybe I can just help them out a little bit this time, because obviously I wanted to eliminate the ranged units beforehand, so this is a bit difficult. There we go. Come on, kill them, please. Yes, there we... oh, a Kurget Lancer is actually doing some pretty nice damage right there. I am now... oh, dear. I'm now going to die again, aren't I? Am I? Maybe I can move this way. Okay. Yep, that seems... oh, that might see me being able to get through here. That would be nice. I'd like to, but it's, you know, it's one of those times when you're just like, come on, push through. There we go, there we go. That's what we like. Okay, so now, at least we've done that. And I was going to kill that guy, but apparently he decided not to. Alright, so what's this guy doing? He seems to just be kind of standing there. Is he going to attack me? Yep, nope, that was a mistake. That was a big, big mistake on your part. Thank you. Okay, so now let's see what I can do here. Now, I can just shoot these guys in the back all day long. Well, for the next 25 arrows at least. And hopefully that's going to mean that we will be successful in our endeavors, because obviously this has been a long time coming. You know, Atrasic Castle, basically every Rodok castle really that we try to take, is a hard slog. It really is. It's a marathon of a siege in comparison to what you would expect at maybe the, you know, the Kurgets or the Vaegirs, because even though the Vaegirs are pretty decent, you know, we know that they have extremely good archers, their infantry and their cavalry are not so good. So obviously that would make a big difference. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so we have a bunch of pretty low-level units for the most part in our army right here. So I'm going to try and swap out as many of these guys as I can for better units. So Swadian Sharpshooter, for example, Swadian Knights, Swadian Sergeants, and I think that's actually it. Well, we could get some Swadian Man-at-Arms, so I guess I'm going to just swap out one of the Footmen And I'll get 2 of those guys. That seems pretty decent to me. And I don't need any prisoners, as stated earlier. Anyway, let's go onward and see what we're going to do here. Alright, so I have no idea what relation all of these guys have with us at the moment. So I'm going to give this to Lord Remusk, because he's actually doing a really, really good job right now. And he's maxed out. Okay? Well, he's maxed out. So Lord Play, Lord Druli, Lord Akadan, they are not maxed out. So I'm going to try and give them fiefs that we gain in the future. So at least we've taken this now. Let's see if any of the nearby vassals from the Rhodoks want to do something here. I'm going to not be accepting that money. I don't need the money, and the honor doesn't really matter to me, in my opinion. Ah, hello, there he is. That's the guy that I was expecting to see a lot earlier. Yeah. Right. I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to defend against King Graveth, because he has such a large army. Huh. I actually really do not know. Oh, they took Bardak Castle from us. Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were able to do that. Okay. Well, anyway, let's take a look and see if we can level up someone. Yeah, 1 person. Right. Okay, well, what are we going to do here? Okay, we have a number of options. We can go to Harengoth Castle. We can pretty much take that almost instantly. And then we could go to somewhere else. You know, we could go to Maris Castle or Colmar Castle. Or maybe we could take a town. Maybe taking a town would be somewhat logical, because I don't really want to fight King Graveth over a castle. I think fighting him over a castle is a pretty big error, you know, especially considering it's not exactly the greatest layout in the world. So that would almost certainly hand us a pretty bad defeat. So, you know, the battle advantage is the main reason why I say that, because the battle advantage is just going to absolutely murder us. I mean, we're probably going to have, it's probably going to be 5 to 1, right? Because, well, it really depends on his tactics skill, doesn't it? It depends on our tactics skill. So I don't know. It might be -7, -6, maybe something like that. So I don't know whether I really want to do that, because that's really tipping the scales in very much big favor toward him, and I don't really want to do that. So I didn't even check to see how many units they have here, so this could be fun. Let's see whether it is. Oh, speaking of battle advantage being -5. Ah, hello. Hello, Valuka. Yes, that's great. That's great. Okay, well, hopefully they just have some really terrible archers in here. It seems like they have Nord Huntsmen? What's going on with their archer forces here? That's very strange. Oh well, at the very least I can eliminate most of the Rhodok enemies, or, well, most of the Rhodok crossbowmen, I hope. And this kind of makes me think that I should really just go and get some Nords. You know that? I should literally just go and get some Nords. But unfortunately the Nords are currently at war against us, so obviously that makes it very difficult to acquire any of their units, because all the villagers are just going to be like, oh, there's no one to recruit here, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be very, very difficult to gain some Nords, even though it would be fantastic if I could, because I would very much love to just maraud around... Maraud? Huh. Yes, anyway, just roam around the land with a band of Huskarls, or at least Nord veterans or something along those lines, and just make it absolutely really difficult for anyone to be able to come back against us, because basically the best thing you can do right now in a situation like this is, well, quite frankly, just go on a besieging spree. That's the best thing you can do, because in this situation you can't really beat the AI in terms of numbers, I guess, unless you were to obviously call for a campaign. Calling for a campaign would make a huge difference, but again, you have to rely on the AI, and you have to make sure that they're actually with you, and sometimes they're just going to run off and just ignore your orders and all that sort of thing. So sometimes it's not the best idea to rely on a campaign or whatever, but maybe it would be an idea to call one. I actually don't know who's our marshal at the moment, so maybe we should head over there after we've done a little bit of damage here. Now, I don't know how we're doing so far. How are we doing? We've killed 49, and we've wounded 5 of them. Yeah, that's not really good, is it? That is not really good. I'm able to enter here very easily, which is very strange. I'm going to get shot almost immediately, I think. Probably, yes, there we go. Shot almost immediately from those guys down there. Should not have gone to the edge of the ledge, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. At least we've got a good idea as to what's going on in there. And maybe we can... Yeah, look at that. They actually don't even have that many, but there are many, many vassals in there, which is actually maybe quite a reason why we should continue besieging it. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so the only other thing we can do, obviously, is just continue going at Valuka, I guess. I mean, there's not much else. Let's just see whether we are actually the Marshal. Yes, we are the Marshal. Let's start a new campaign. Okay, here we go. Let's see how long... Let's see how long it's actually going to take our vassals to appear. I highly doubt they're going to appear very soon. So let's see if they're... Yeah, of course we lost Atrasic Castle. That's obviously, you know, that's an obvious eventuality. There's no way that we would have done anything different there. Ooh, there's actually quite a few of them turning up right now. Okay, so we're going to fight Lord Cernius because he's just coming over here and he's just like, oh, attack me for free. We have 507 units, by the way, with all of our vassals together. So, campaign might actually work out quite nicely. Let's see if we can make it work. But for now... let's try and eliminate this guy. Hopefully it's going to be swift so that we can get down to the siege sooner rather than later. I'm just going to tell everyone to charge. I mean, literally they're charging already, so I don't really need to tell them, but still. I want to make sure. I want to make sure that they are aware of the situation, because we don't want them dilly-dallying about, do we? No. Okay, so let's go and try and eliminate these guys. Wow, there's actually a... what's going on here? He has Saranid units, Forest Bandits, Rodok units. What's going on with him? Huh. Must have gone to Saranid territory or something, and now I'm stuck between a horse and a hard place. Yes, you saw that. Alright, so yeah, it seems like most of our forces are not cavalry. So that's making things a little bit lengthier, shall we say. Don't really appreciate that. At least I'm eliminating a couple of them. That's always good. Because Barney can use as many levels as he can get, frankly. So let's just hope that he can continue to do some decent damage. And hopefully not get himself eliminated. If he dies, this fight ends, and then we've just wasted a huge amount of time. So obviously that's not a good idea. I'm going to try and prevent myself from taking too much damage. Oh, those Rodok sergeants, they're really good against cavalry as well. They're just going to absolutely destroy whatever mount you are riding on. There we go. Alright, so yeah, at least we've got our forces here, so that now at least we can just eliminate these guys once and for all, and hopefully Lord Cernius would have learnt his lesson, because obviously charging into a band of enemies that are currently besieging your town, probably not the best idea. I don't know whether to call him brave or stupid. I suppose a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Anyway, there we go. Done. That is good. Very nice. And we, yeah, well, we didn't lose too many. Oh, well, we can actually take him prisoner. I'm going to do that. Going to take him prisoner. Now, I know that my, shall we say, directive earlier on in the series was to allow these guys to leave, you know, and allow them to escape. But I think for the foreseeable future, at least when dealing with the Rodoks, we're probably not going to do that any further. We're probably going to try and capture them as much as possible, because it is very annoying to come across the same vassals again and again and again. Aha, hello there. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Yes, King Graveth himself. Right, how are we going to do this? Is he going to go into Valuka, or is he going to try and attack us? He's trying to attack us. Well, this is interesting. I'm unsure whether we can deal with him, because he has 51 Rodok sharpshooters. That's a lot. And as you can see, Lord Murchowd mostly has militia and recruits. And Garmal has what? He does have some sharpshooters, but not really anything to write home about. This guy has literally 2 sharpshooters and 4 sergeants. I don't think we can deal with King Graveth. I thought I might be able to with a campaign, but we just don't have enough numbers to outnumber him enough, if you know what I mean, to make a significant difference. So it seems like we might have to change target, at least for now. At least until we gain a couple more vassals alongside us here. But I think in the next episode, we're going to go on a bit of a besieging spree. We're going to go for Grunwalder Castle, Ergelon Castle, and Itros Castle is going to be very easy to take back. I won't show that on screen again, obviously, but yes, I think those two should be good targets for our campaign right here. Even though King Graveth might try to attack us, I think we might have enough to deal with him. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.